Hello, my name's Michelle Blower, and I am a witness to the Madeleine McCann case, events around May the 3rd, 2007 and the following days. And I say witness, but I've been completely blanked and ignored by Operation Grange, Scotland Yard, various newspapers, podcasters, basically totally blanked. Oh, including the lawyers that were involved with the Christian Bruckner case, where they were the people defending him. They blanked me too. Anyway, I was in Lagos in a bar with a couple of surfers on the evening, May the 3rd, 2007, and a guy turned up and he said, I've got a flat, I've got an apartment, you can come back to Lewes and you can take a look at it. And we were flirting and chatting, and we ended up getting in the car and driving towards his flat. Now, you may recognise this guy actually from Crime Watch 2013. I don't half pick 'em, do I? Okay, and it was this guy here. His name's Julio. This guy is actually his brother. I believe his name's Miguel. Okay, now, we were on the way to this flat in Lewes, and he stopped in the countryside, went behind a bush and pulled out a large brick of cocaine. We went back to his apartment, we started taking the cocaine, got really high, started shagging, blah-de-blah-de-blah, and he ended up staying at his apartment. Okay, now, on the next day, the May the 4th, worst come down ever. There were helicopters going around, police were coming around the doors looking for this missing child. There was Julio in and out with his brother. He came in and he gave an animal head to his dog, and his dog was crunching on this horrible animal head for ages. At the time, yeah, I thought it was just a really gross animal head. It was kind of like a skull. You could see all the teeth, and it's actually about the size of a child's head. Now, I stayed there. I know I was there on the Sunday because he went into the church, and he was in the church at the same time as the McCanns on the same day, and there's video evidence that the McCanns were there on that day too. Okay. Him and his brother had guns. I know that because he mentioned that there were guns in the garage, because I know that because when we were shagging, he mentioned it. And anyway, that's another story. However, I ended up staying there a few days. Whilst I was there, he was getting me to do his ironing at one point, doing his ironing, and also to clean up the bathroom. And even the tiniest speck I had to clean off. Okay, it sounds weird, but yeah, I was coming down off drugs and I was staying in the apartment, and I was like scrubbing these kind of bathroom walls and tiles. So this is to connect this to mingling my DNA with their DNA and messing up a load of DNA, okay? Now, what else can I tell you about this? Oh yeah, Julio kept farting. He kept farting in the room, okay? And it was absolutely vile, absolutely disgusting. Okay, now looking back, the smell of his farts could be the reason he was covering up the smell of a decomposing corpse. I know, worst date ever. However, I got out of the apartment after a few days because he came round with some girls, and I thought that's my cue to leave. And I left, and I got the bus back to Lagos, and everybody was saying, wow, isn't it horrible? Isn't it awful? Because they left the child on their own and all of this. Now, I completely forgot about all of these events until like late last year, a few months ago, really. And then I contacted Operation Grange and Scotland Yard. And the more I think about it, the more I feel that this has got a really strong connection to the solution of this case, okay? For example, I was very close to the Ocean Club in the apartment. I can show the coordinates of this. the coordinates here on here. Now I was kind of around there, and then the Ocean Club is up there, which is about 5 minutes walk away. Okay. Now, I contacted Operation Grange and everybody ignored me, but there was a video about a new witness who'd seen some garbage bags or something. Now, basically, what I'm saying to you is this is all a cover-up by the media, by the police, by the government. That's why it's never going to be solved. That's why they've been saying, oh, this case has never been solved. And it's like, well, actually, it has been solved because I've solved it, but you're ignoring me. Anyway, now, if you look at Jerry and Kate's behaviour with the Tapas 7, or all of them as the Tapas 7, they were going in and out of their rooms. Not getting that babysitting service, just going back, having a drink, having something to eat, then going back to the rooms, check on the kids, coming back again. Odd behaviour, isn't it? But not really, actually. Not if you think about the fact that check on the kids was actually cheeky line of cocaine. So going back into their rooms to have a cheeky line of cocaine, checking on the kids, coming back out again. Okay, now, why would they be doing that? Because it's not really a family holiday. It's actually a drug run. Hoo-hoo, it's a drug run. And the government and the elite, certain members of them, are involved in this nice little scam they've got going on, this drug run back and forth. Okay, pretty easy. And so, again, they're not going to get in trouble for any crimes or minor misdemeanors, such as leaving your children alone in an apartment. Yeah, hey, hello, child neglect. You do not do that, but they got away with that. They didn't get prosecuted when it's actually a crime. Okay, I hope this is all making sense. Now, another piece of the puzzle is that Jerry's brother John is a pharmaceutical representative. Ooh, fancy name for drug dealer, isn't it? Okay. Now, all of this seems rather strange in connection to the disappearance of a missing child, but what I speculate is that the McCanns and the people around that time, around the Ocean Club, where there's this dealing going on, the cartel gave them a warning. They decapitated their daughter. I feel that Kate was there. She was there, she saw it, and it was a warning to them all, so they had to create a media storm to hide this, to protect themselves, and they seem absolutely terrified of this this cartel. Do read my article, What's Coke Got to Do with It, because it's got more information in there. It's got more detail in there of this and more evidence. Now, any more linking to this guy, Julio? Now, there's a video. This is Julio, okay? See the guy in the orange T-shirt? Hey, doesn't he look familiar? Wow, he looks exactly like that guy from Crime Watch. Yeah, that's Julio. That's the guy that I was with, the one that kept farting. And this is from AP Archive, Prior Deluge, 1 year on from Madeleine's disappearance. And they're interviewing him briefly, and he's saying, yeah, that's enough now. They're looking to someone to pin the blame on. Why don't they just stop looking? Okay, and you can find that for yourself. Okay, so I've cut a very kind of long story short, but that's the basics of it. And I'm telling you this testimony because seeing as everybody that I've spoken to in authority, or the lawyers, media, they've all completely blanked me, yet as I've done that, other events have unfolded. I'm just doing this as a matter of course because this is evidence. This could protect my life. Or if something does happen to me, then you'll know why, okay? I'm not doing this for attention. I do not want attention. Okay, I have a job, I have hobbies, you know, I don't live my life online, but I'm doing this because I was prompted because Christian Bruckner's lawyers have blanked me. Okay, so that's it. Please read my article, please share this. Testimony of a Madeleine McCann case witness. Thank you very much. Bye.